Look at this. Firefighters have finally cleared the scene after putting out this fire at a former Country Hearth Inn location. It sparked around midnight. Drivers were able to see the smoke from Interstate 26 interchange with Business 85 there on Spartanburg's west side this morning. Investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what caused this fire, Gordon, right next to WSBA's Spartanburg studios.
We can see it from our parking lot. The hardest part of fighting the fire is crews can't get inside. It turns out the abandoned motel was condemned 3 weeks ago. So 7 News reporter Diane Lee standing by now at the scene of that fire with more on what's being done, Diane, to tackle this issue of abandoned properties.
Yeah, Gordon, I want you to take a look at this property. It has been vacant for 5 years, this old motel, and we've learned that it hasn't had electricity for 4. You can see on the ground here there's a lot of structural damage because of the fire. And we've learned that while county officials do have some power to hold property owners accountable, state law really puts limitations on exactly what they can do.
Right now in Spartanburg County alone, there are 213 residential properties and another 50 commercial, all condemned. Some have no power or water, others structural damage, all of them vacant.
I'm a Spartanburg County citizen too, and it frustrates me every day to ride by the place I know we're working on, but you're not seeing any change.
Jamie Nelson, the director for the Spartanburg County Environmental Enforcement Department, says his staff of 6 investigated more than 900 blight complaints last month alone. The biggest challenge, vacant structures and out-of-state property owners.
So one of those issues that we run into with our hands being tied and it taking so long to address the issue for the citizens is that, as long as the property taxes are up to date and being paid, we can't do anything but send out what letters of violations that we come across, high grass or things like that. But that box itself is still sitting there empty.
State Representative Rita Allison says allowing counties to impose stiffer fines and elevate cases from civil to criminal penalties may be one solution.
When a property is sat vacant for a long time, is there something that can be changed in the law that would allow a county to actually step in even if the owner's paying property tax?
Well, we're researching that now to see what we can do. And it may be that we need to look that if something sits vacant for many, many years, then, what can we do to help the owner get it occupied or do something else with it?
The county can only step in if the property is found to be an imminent danger. That paves the way for demolition, but at county expense.
Our plates are full, but we're still carrying that plate every day to get the job done.
Now, as for the motel behind me, I spoke with the Building Codes Department, and officials there say that because of all the structural damage here, this will likely fall under that imminent danger category, which gives the county the right to tear down at least part of it. But, Gordon, unfortunately, this is going to be quite an expense to taxpayers. It could run upwards of $500,000. Live in Spartanburg County, Diane Lee, back to you.
This is such a good example, that motel behind you, Diane, because you and I have driven by it a million times. It's been abandoned for years. When you talk about higher fines, had there been fines and other enforcement issues at that motel before?
Well, with this one specifically, they had addressed a blight issue as far as the landscaping. They had been here, it was about 3 to 4 weeks ago, July 18th, that they did condemn the building. So there was certain issues that were addressed. They had been here even in years past, Gordon. But again, the issue is that are the civil penalties enough to stop, both businesses and even residents from having a repeat offense situation and inspiring them to make sure that their buildings aren't vacant for so many years. That is what state lawmakers are hopefully trying to address, Gordon.
Very interesting story, Diane. Thank you.